Out the pre-show here for Tfa Pro. This is now number 7. The biggest thing that going into this show is we wanted to do a women's bracket. It's an 8-person women's bracket, and the winner is going to take home $2,000. Daniel, you just want to talk about just the prize money in general, and I guess is that common?
Well, no. I mean, women's jiu-jitsu, as far as like garnering eyes and stuff like that, it's relatively new too. So just the ability that you guys have to put a tournament together for women, and also put money into it is a big deal, in my opinion.
Yeah, no.
I mean, money in jiu-jitsu is a big deal. So
and shout out to rugsource.com. If it wasn't for them, they're putting up the $2,000 for this bracket. If you haven't left them a review, it'd be amazing if you guys could go do that. Seriously, they're putting up the last show. They put up, it was $2,000 and matched our 2K. So we're able to do the $4,000 16-man. And then for this one, they put up $2,000. So yeah, can't thank them enough. But anyway, going into it, me and Daniel talked about we're not really going to break down the youth matches too much here. Have a ton of kids on this one. There's about about 5 matches, and really just with the kids, it's just to me it's about experience. Selfishly, I like to get our kids in there just to get the experience. I don't know if you want to add anything to that. I'm not really going to break down those matches. Just go out there and get a ton of experience.
yeah, it's just fun for kids to have. It's always good to be able to compete and not have the stress of like a whole tournament and
Right.
where they can go when they know people.
I think it's big too, the kids getting into the cage.
Yeah.
I didn't have that growing up.
No.
I didn't get a chance to go compete in front of people in a cage. So just shout out to all the kids from all the different schools. We have Lycan MMA, Triumph, Top Martial Arts, Boss Grappling, and those are going to be the kids represented from those schools. So, and going forward too, if there's anyone out there that wants to get their kids on this, man, just find us on Smooth Comp, and it's pretty easy. So, Daniel, we'll go really quick, and we're gonna break these matches down. So, first match, Chris Morales versus Seth Shirley. Chris Morales comes in at 0-1 at the Tfa Pro. He currently is a white belt, super tough guy though. Has been in our like Donuts and Dollars and did the Clash for Cash. Going up against a blue belt, I don't think that's too big of a deal though. I really think I'm the guy that's like belts don't matter.
I mean, this is Seth Shirley's like debut, so for him, it's his first time. So
right.
As far as experience or level goes, they're probably around the same, and then experience goes, it's kind of up in the air.
Right, for sure. And this the next match, Jason Hurd versus Matthew LaBelle. I'm excited for this match. Jason's 1-0. Matt comes in at 2-0. Both have similar builds, man. Masters, good blue. Matthew's a blue belt. Jason's a purple belt. Again, that doesn't matter too much. It's a no-gi match. Just really excited. They're built kind of the same too. Both really lanky, really strong, good competitors. So, and you train with Matt a little bit as well. So awesome.
Yeah, as far as blue belt goes, once again, in no-gi, it's like maybe it's a purple belt.
Right, yeah, exactly. It just doesn't matter too much. This, the next match, this is probably just being also heavier person. I'm excited about this match. Brandon Olson versus Sebastian. I just saw Sebastian on Fight to Win. He's from Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy. It's his TFA Pro debut, but he's done a ton of super fights. They're completely different builds, man. Like, I know Brandon, that guy is like, he's pretty tall. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, it looks like he does a lot of Kimuras, so that means a long, lanky person. If that's a submission that you can hit on everybody in a competition, you're probably anatomically built to be able to do that.
Right.
Which means a little bit longer. Whereas Sebastian, he's going to stalk and smash pass.
Yeah, that's why it's just going to be a good match. And for that too, I'm excited. Like, how's the cage? I guess we talked about that too. How's the cage going to impact any of these matches?
Well, Sebastian's fought in MMA.
Oh, there you go. So maybe that is an edge. I'm just excited. I love the cage. I know some people don't like grappling in the cage. I'm obviously biased. I think it's harder to stall because you push people and you're going to get to the cage. And I'm for the next, the other element. But going next, 2 blue belts, Trenton versus Blake. Blake is from Labyrinth Jiu-Jitsu. He's trained a little bit here at Open Mats as well. Trenton is from Rock Hill BJJ. Trenton comes in 1-1. Blake, this will be his TFA debut. I'm not sure Blake has done other competitions, but just a solid blue belt matchup. I love the blue belt matchups because that to me is like get as much experience as possible at that belt. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
And they're typically wild.
Oh yeah, those are sometimes the best matches. So this next match, Corey Henson versus Mike Bullock. Mike trains here at Triumph. Corey trains at Rowan Wrestling Academy. But this is going to be a cool matchup because they actually just went against each other at a New Breed, and it was a really good match.
Awesome.
So what I'm excited is Corey has fought, Mike has fought. Is the cage going to affect their match? I'm not sure. I know Corey's just a game competitor though. He just competes a lot. And so does Mike. So
I mean, he
yeah.
he trains at a wrestling academy. I mean, is it also like
An MMA school?
Okay.
Yeah, Rowan Wrestling Academy. They have a good MMA team as well. So, but yeah, you want to go ahead and go down the next one we got.
Yeah,
here.
Amir McCall versus Ryan Sten.
Sorry if we messed up the name. Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, blue belts. One from UFC Jim Greenville. It's his pro debut. That's Amir. And then Ryan's going to be out of Combat Athletics. He's 0-1 here at the TFA Pro. Once again, another blue belt match. I don't know much about Combat Athletics, but the UFC Jim Greenville, I know they've got a...
Yeah, they had a good and I know Ryan. Ryan coming in here has competed here before, so I think that always does help. You're at least familiar with the walkout, the where you're going backstage and all that stuff. So just
the cage.
The cage, exactly. Kind of know how it feels. There's less variables, so will that be a factor? Possibly. Moving on, we got Colby versus Luke. Colby Shore is a white belt from Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy, and Luke is a white belt from Boss Grappling. I love to me, the belts don't matter too much, It's a white belt match, but it's no-gi. To me, it's not going to matter too much. So, I'm excited for them and see how the cage affects their match as well. Moving forward, this one's a cool match. Julian Williamson. Julian's just so active. The dude's competing
every weekend.
Literally every week. I think he's competing more weekends than he's not.
I didn't even know he was blue belt. I thought he was a purple belt.
There you go. Well, he's good. And then Travis is a purple belt from Lycan MMA. I've rolled with Travis. Travis is a big guy too.
Yeah.
Excited to see for this one. I know Julian's probably at this point familiar with the cage here. Julian's competed here now 3 times, 2-1. Also done combat jiu-jitsu here, so excited about that matchup. You want to take the next one?
Yeah. So Emmanuel Mercado versus Greg Gilreath. Greg trains at Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy. He's 0-1, strong, tough dude. And then you have Emmanuel from Labyrinth Jiu-Jitsu. It's his TFA Pro debut. I don't really know much about Labyrinth Jiu-Jitsu, but
yeah, I hear him randomly and stuff. I gotta look up. I'll definitely do some more research on Labyrinth Jiu-Jitsu. I know I see their name though when we go to tournaments and stuff. So, so that I don't think the blue belt version again.
Once again, I think
white,
rolling with Greg. I don't think I think he's more of the blue belt than he is a white belt.
You telling Piper to promote him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean,
no.
do more gi jiu-jitsu,
There you
and
go.
that's usually your way to get promotion. By the way, little secret to everybody.
Yeah, man. So it's again white belt versus blue belt. I like those matches, especially no-gi. I don't think it matters. I don't think really belts matter too much. But next one, Oren Lee, blue belt out of Labyrinth. So we got a couple of teammates from Labyrinth Jiu-Jitsu. Shout out to them. And then Solomon Cortez. Really excited about this matchup. Solomon's an awesome competitor, awesome teammate. He just recently trained with us, probably like four months ago. But he's 2-1. Solomon can scrap. I know Oren Lee also. I think I did a little bit of research on him. Looks like he also has some wrestling. So that's gonna. I love the wrestling versus wrestling matchups in a cage. It's just you're guaranteed to see scrambles. You're gonna see some hand fighting and some takedowns. So next one, Josh James. Actually, Josh has never lost in the cage here. So Josh comes in at the TFA Pro event 3-0, purple belt Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy versus Finley Allen, purple belt from American Jiu-Jitsu. making his debut. So this is cool though, for Finley to be able to take on someone like Josh. He comes in 3-0, trying to make that give Josh his first loss. Josh is gonna and Josh, if he gets this one, he's 4-0. At some point, we are adding belts. He has to be in the conversation of if we do like weight class belts, and it's inevitable as this thing grows. We're going to add belts, so this is big for Josh to continue to add to his. Can he continue that argument of I deserve? If we do a 4-person bracket for the title, should his name be in there? So. Excited about it.
There's not a lot of other people either with like that kind of.
No, not that. You know what I mean? That record. So 3-0 is up there for us, and eventually, guys, we are adding a website soon that we're gonna be able to. You're gonna be able to see all the, basically all the records and everything. So. Next one.
Real quick, shout out to American Jiu-Jitsu because that's a cool name.
It is cool. It's awesome.
No,
I'm very biased.
What a way to grab that. I mean, American Jiu-Jitsu.
It's great.
Come on.
So the next one, Christian Faulkner, purple belt. Do you have anything you can say about Christian?
He's been training forever. Awesome. Since I started at Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu, he's kind of been there. And
awesome.
He's been he competed at the last Fight to Win. So he's been this year. Kind of seems like a couple of guys from Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy. They're trying to get more active in the competition space.
And then Will Rogers comes from Lycan MMA. I think Will has a wrestling background. I know I have to double check with Nader with that, but I believe he has a good high-level wrestling background. So excited to see that. I think the cage, I'm a little biased, but I think generally the cage can help wrestlers just because it's harder to,
well, these Lycan
run.
MMA guys, are they training in a cage? Or are they...
They do have a lot of wall work and stuff. So. And then we have Renee versus Victoria Martinez. Renee is 0-1, but she's very active. She has a winning record in others, other super fights. She does Toro. And then I think she went against what is the oh my gosh, I'm blanking really quick. Brianna from Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy. So Brianna's a good competitor. Renee and Brianna had a really good match. So being 0-1, but your one loss is Brianna, which is a good competitor.
And I think if this is a girl that she comes to Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu to
train. She probably goes some cross train up there, I believe, as well. And Victoria Martinez, blue belt from Carson Gracie. It will be her debut, so excited to see her get into the cage and see what really see what she has. It's cool to get a baseline on everybody.
I think it's cool that they're opening up the women's stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be awesome. So speaking of the women's bracket, so unfortunately, it was more difficult than to, find competitors than we originally thought. With that being said, it's probably a combination too of like, one, there's just generally less female competitors, but also, you're starting to see these high level ones, and maybe you're like, I don't want to do this match because I'm not trying to get beat up in front of people. But
all I know is
it's
make money doing jiu-jitsu. Make money doing jiu-jitsu.
Exactly. But all of these women, shout out to them for signing up and going for the $2,000. And what I'm really excited, there's probably we are going to go live. When we have the bracket, we're going to go live and we're just going to randomize it on Smooth Comp in front of everybody. So that way we know it's completely random. Potentially we could see a lot of rematches. These ladies have been going back and forth on the circuit, Fight to Win, Toro Cup. So they have, some of these competitors have seen each other before. Now, have they competed against each other in a cage? I don't think so. I think that could change it, and especially we do have some pro MMA fighters signing up and that are in the bracket, and I think being in a cage and being comfortable with the wall work and that could change. That could potentially make an impact. But we have Audrey Copeland from Triangle Jiu-Jitsu. She is a purple belt. We have Jackie from RJCC as a black belt. Elizabeth Schroeder from Elevate MMA, brown belt. She's also an MMA fighter. We have Nikki Gibson representing Boss Grappling. She also comes in though with a very high level wrestling. So that, I'm excited for that. and then you want to go for the rest of them here.
Suellen Lima Susu. She's a coach at Art Suave Jiu-Jitsu Academy. She's a black belt. She's competed multiple competitions. I mean, she still competes. I don't know if she did.
She just did Fight to Win. She actually had a match with I believe Wendy, and it was a really good match. And that's what I'm excited about. And then I guess the other
So then Wendy Anderson, who's a Battleborn BJJ and MMA black belt, just recently.
Congrats on your black belt. That's awesome.
Obviously, probably earned it from her match with Sue. So
right.
There you go. And then Bazin.
Dante's sister, right?
Gemma.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
She's a blue belt, just like Nikki. However, she trains with the guys at Jimmo. So
right.
I mean, all the MMA experience too. So Cage shouldn't.
And she, shout out to her. She was game, jumped in at the end. You know what I mean? When it was hard to find we were looking for 2 competitors. As soon as we asked her, she's like, "Yep, I'm in." Didn't hesitate. Wanted all the smoke. So that's what we're about.
Perfect.
But really, all of these competitors are amazing. It is going to be the bracket. Really, there's not an easy match. That's why we are going to randomize the bracket in front of everybody, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to have like, oh, I hope you know what I mean. There's a few. Again, we have what is it? 3 black belts, 2 blue belts, a purple belt, brown belt, and then we have one more that will be decided in the next 30 minutes. We'll announce the name, and then we'll draw the bracket. Do you have anything final to say about just the women's bracket in general? But they're all super high level, and just them signing up is amazing. They wanted all the smoke. It was like as soon as we announced it, they're like, "Yeah, I'm in. I want it. I'm about it." I love that stuff.
I mean, this is like it reminds me of like the going back in time, but like BJ Penn competing for the Worlds, and he was just like a purple belt,
right?
And he's like, "Throw me in there."
Why not?
Yeah, why not? So I mean, obviously, a little bit different than Worlds now, but
right.
At the same day, you can make more money here than you could at Worlds,
which is
crazy.
That's crazy. It is crazy.
It's crazy.
But shout out to them. Shout out to really all the competitors. Really excited. As of now, I think there's about 90 tickets left. We will close the ticket sales at about 7 o'clock on Friday, and then tickets will be available at the door if they aren't sold out. But yeah, I really appreciate. Before we go, again, Rug Source online is their Instagram, but rugsource.com. If you guys can go leave a Google review, guys, they put up $2,000 for the women's bracket. It takes 2 seconds to go give them a Google review. I can't say enough good things about that sponsor. I really don't know anyone else that was doing that. That's just actively say, hey, here's $2,000 to better the jiu-jitsu community. They actually care about the growth of the sport, and couldn't say enough good things about them. But we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will draw that bracket really soon. Thank you.